we are presented with a covered wristwatch that was a token of love received by the guest's grandmother.
And it was given to her by her husband after she had an accident in her kitchen and had a big scar on her.
This great-looking piece is called a retro piece because it dates back to the 1940s to 1950s.
So it was sort of used so she could hide the scar on her arm?
It did.
This item features gold accents over the top and large fluted surfaces. It also showcases a stylized fluted heart inset with diamonds and multicolored gemstones.
Citrines, emeralds, rubies, and sapphires.
The bracelet part is known as tubergas, a style adopted by the jeweler when crafting this piece.
It's a style that's like the gas tubing that was used for the gas of your stove.
Fascinatingly, this piece is not just a bracelet with a brooch, but also a wristwatch when you flip up the center part. Inside, you'll see that this piece was made by Cartier. This is not a typical Cartier item, making it truly one of a kind.
There were probably others thematically in the same series, but not identical.
In today's market, a Cartier-covered wristwatch featuring gemstones and diamonds would have an auction estimate of...
At auction, I would expect that this item would bring somewhere between $20,000 to $25,000.
Fabulous. Yippee-ki!
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
It's a very exciting piece.
The guest brought in a painting she purchased at an estate sale in the early 70s.
Okay, and do you remember how much you paid for it?
Well, I think it was either $50, could have been $75, I'm not sure.
This painting was created by Alan S. Clark in Paris. Clark was well known for his paintings of the Panama Canal.
He actually studied with Whistler, who had a lot of influence on his work.
Wow.
Whistler was a notoriously difficult teacher, but Clark always said that he really appreciated that time that he spent with him.
The painting on today's show depicts a beautiful summer day in a Paris garden.
I'm pretty sure that's the Tuileries, but I'm not positive.
It was executed in oil on canvas, which is typical of Clark's work. Dating back to the 1900s, this piece is indeed quite old. Although the varnish is discoloured, the painting is still in great shape. This oil painting on canvas, capturing a beautiful Parisian scene, would sell for...
conservatively in the realm of $30,000 to $50,000.
You are kidding me. That's incredible. 30 to... Oh my. So...
A passionate collector unveiled 3 rare Pubic pottery pieces, each reflecting a unique period in the pottery's history. An Alice in Wonderland tile, the first piece likely dates from the 1910s or 1920s and was purchased for $600. An iridescent pottery work from around 1912 to 1917, the second piece, was acquired in Detroit for $525. Initially unmarked and grimy, careful cleaning revealed the pubic mark and revived its vibrant organic glaze. This piece, now recognized as a prime example of Pubic's iridescent work, is estimated to be worth a lot. A final and most remarkable piece is an early one-of-a-kind work by Mary Chase Perry Stratton herself. This piece, featuring a rare uranium orange glaze, was bought for $225 from the heir of a pottery worker.
This is the best piece of Pubic I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
I think this would be in any museum in America that had American art pottery.
The total estimated value of the 3 Pubic pottery pieces ranges between...
This one at auction, I'd estimate right now for $25,000 to $35,000 at auction.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
thank you.
Thank
we
you,
are not
sir.
worthy.
Yeah.
In a recent discovery, a French enamel plaque surfaced, embodying the elegance and craftsmanship of the late 19th century. This exquisite piece, signed by the artist Georges Jean and dated 1880, was found during an online search. It was from the iconic American department store Marshall Field's. Known for its antiques department, Marshall Field's was a treasure trove of rare and valuable items. Purchased for just $20, the plaque turned out to be a hidden gem with significant historical and artistic value. With its vibrant colours and detailed enamel work, it reflects the luxury of the era it was created in. The artist's signature further authenticates its origin, making it a prized possession for any collector. This remarkable find is now estimated to be worth between...
The auction estimate would be at least $1,000 and perhaps as much as $1,500.
A family member inherited books from a grandfather's brother, selecting those with inscriptions and protective plastic covers. Among these was a first edition book with its original dust jacket, crucial for modern collectors. Though the book was in good condition, its high quality dust jacket turned out to be a reproduction. A subtle detail revealed the truth. The book's colour hadn't bled through, confirming the dust jacket as a reproduction. Additionally, signs of a library stamp hinted that the reproduction came from a library source. The initial excitement suggested the book might be worth $3,500 due to its seemingly pristine dust jacket. However, the revelation that the jacket was a production significantly decreased its value. As it stands, the book is worth around
The book, as it is, with a dust jacket that's not right, is worth retail $100 or so.
And it was originally worth $5. It was free to me, so if it's a $100 book, it's a $100 book.
An extraordinary piece of early gold rush history recently came to light. A cane with profound historical significance, presented to Enoch Gerst by Stockton, California citizens on October 25, 1855, during the gold rush. Stockton, a vital port city, played a crucial role in supporting the rush for gold, making this cane an important artifact from that era. Crafted from a piece of timber from Independence Hall in Philadelphia, it ties directly to the birthplace of American independence. A fragment of the bell that rang to announce the Declaration of Independence is included in the cane. This bell fragment is depicted on top of the cane, accompanied by an inscription proclaiming liberty. Documentation for the cane includes records from its 1855 manufacture and a letter from the Stockton agent.
It's perfect condition, it's perfect documentation, it's got a very high rarity factor.
Its perfect condition, extensive documentation, and rarity significantly elevate its value, estimated at...
I estimate the value at $20,000 to $30,000.
Oh, really? My goodness. Well, that was a wonderful gift.
It was.
A pair of exquisite silver gilt candlesticks, crafted by Tiffany & Company, recently emerged from a family's collection. Dating from 1891 to 1902, these candlesticks were likely passed down from the great-grandfather of the guest. Adorned in the chrysanthemum pattern, the candlesticks feature intricate flowers and leaves elegantly wrapping around the stem. This design showcases the exceptional craftsmanship of Tiffany's 19th century silverwork. These candlesticks are further enhanced by a silver gilt finish, adding a luxurious touch.
Silver gilt is essentially where they've applied a gilt wash, or a vermeil wash, as it's sometimes known, to the outside of the article.
Markings on the base confirm their authenticity, indicating they are sterling silver with a 925 to 1000 purity. While 2 of these candlesticks were presented, they are part of a set of 4, with the remaining pair kept at home. If the full set of 4 were offered together, their value could soar to an estimated...
If you had the 4 together, you'd probably get somewhere in the region of $10,000 to $15,000 at auction.
Okay, that's very good to know.
A remarkable Ted Williams jersey, believed to be from 1946, recently came to light. A Ted Williams jersey, directly from the legend, was a gift from a sports writer to the guest's grandmother. Upon closer examination, it was revealed that the jersey is actually from 1942, not 1946 as indicated by the health patch used only that year.
So you see the Williams stitched in there, and you also see Spalding and McAuliffe. That's the first year, 1942, of the label for Spalding and Tim McAuliffe.
Despite this slight misidentification, the jersey's value remains impressive. This jersey is adorned with Williams number 9 and features a label from Spalding and Tim McAuliffe, marking its authenticity. Given its historical significance and connection to one of baseball's greatest hitters, it is advised to insure the jersey. This piece stands as a testament to Ted Williams' legendary status and remains a coveted item for collectors. In its current condition, with some alterations to its length, the jersey is estimated to be worth between...
I'd put an auction estimate, minimum, $200,000 to $250,000.
Wow, that's great. $250,000. All right.
A captivating painting by Rusty Herlin, completed in 1964, depicts the ethereal beauty of Alaska's northern lights. A snowy landscape and musha under a subtle blue sky feature prominently in the artwork. It embodies the serene, majestic essence of the Alaskan frontier.
And then I finally moved up when I was 18 and made the dream come true. Yeah.
Swedish artist Rusty Herlin, enchanted by Alaska since 1916, captured its serene beauty throughout his career. This painting was commissioned after a studio visit where the grandfather discussed the imagery with Herlin. Although the exact purchase price is unknown, Rusty Herlin was a highly regarded artist at the time. Underscoring the artist's prominence, the Anchorage Museum possesses similar works by Herlin. At auction, the painting is estimated to fetch between...
I would give it an auction estimate of between $40,000 and $60,000.
Wow.
A classic Swiss Rolex Submariner, known as the Red Sub, dates back to around 1970. This iconic watch features the distinctive red Submariner text on its dial. It was also the first model to incorporate the Cyclops crystal, designed to magnify the date. It also introduced the triplock crown, which enhanced its waterproofing capabilities. This feature sealed not only the crown, but also the back gasket and the crystal, ensuring superior protection. Originally purchased by an uncle for approximately $325, the watch has remained unworn since 1987. This piece was initially doubted for its authenticity, but its genuine status has been confirmed.
It's a very collectible watch in today's market because men like big submariners, and it's the icon of the Rolex brand.
Today, it is highly collectible, with an estimated value between...
probably in this condition, somewhere in the $6,000 to $8,000 range.
Oh, really?
This is the real deal.
That's great.
This is one of the more collectible Rolexes that are out in the marketplace today.
Oh.
A 1956 photograph features a 10-year-old boy with baseball legends Jackie Robinson and Roy Campanella. Captured in Hawaii, the iconic image shows the boy with his umpire father's major league connections. Personal significance is evident in the photograph, featuring the boy, the guest, positioned by his father right next to Robinson. Jackie Robinson and Roy Campanella, both pioneers in integrating baseball, are depicted in their Dodgers uniform. Notable as one is Robinson's last moments with the Dodgers before his trade to the Giants, a team he never played for. Offering a rare glimpse into baseball history, the image features signatures from Robinson and Campanella.
Well, their signatures were faked so much by their bat boy, Charlie the Brow DiGiovanni, that to have something where you can prove that you were there and they signed it for you.
With perfect provenance and an engaging backstory, the photograph holds considerable value. An auction estimate for this iconic picture with signatures ranges between...
I would place a conservative auction estimate of $6,000 to $8,000 in the photo.
Can't believe that.
A vintage trunk with vibrant customized paint is uniquely linked to the legendary Motown group The Temptations. This American-made trunk, dating to around 1967, was likely used by the Temptations to store their iconic costumes. It bears a Northwest Orient Airlines label from that year, anchoring its authenticity to the height of the group's success. It was acquired 15 years ago for $500 from a seller who had obtained it from a shop. Though direct provenance to the band is unconfirmed, the trunk's design matches other known Temptation trunks from the era. Framed for their harmonies, dances, and iconic costumes, the trunk's appeal lies in its link to the Temptations.
What would be interesting to find is some more period photos, to see if any of these are in shots with them traveling.
Although it shows some wear, the paint remains in good condition. On a favourable day, its value is estimated between...
Conservatively, in a kind of pop culture auction, we're looking at, I think, somewhere in the $2,000 to $3,000 range.
Oh, wow.
An ornate gold piece with diamonds, once called a princess cup, is an Ottoman luxury. It reveals its true purpose as a lavish Ottoman coffee glass holder. Originating from the late 19th century Ottoman Empire, this opulent zarf was created to hold a glass of coffee. With its Arabic roots meaning envelope, it became an emblem of luxury and high status in Ottoman society. Passed down from the husband's aunt, a passionate art glass collector in Eureka, this piece is a valuable family heirloom. Though initially called a princess cup by her husband, its actual significance remained a mystery until now.
This is a mystery for me. It is something that my husband and I inherited from his aunt.
Its craftsmanship underscores coffee's ceremonial importance in Ottoman culture. This remarkable artifact is a testament to historical opulence. valued at auction between...
At auction, I would estimate this to sell for between $3,000 and $5,000.
Wow.
A unique pair of Wrangler jeans is whimsically adorned with crayon-like drawings of dinosaurs, rotary phones, and other eclectic imagery. The family has affectionately dubbed them the Adam and Eve pants. Adding to their quirky, decade-defining charm, the jeans are a rare example of late 1960s fashion. This eye-catching 1960s garment came from a care package by the guest's grandmother, who shopped at Daffy Dan's in Newark. Her motto, "I have 12 grandchildren. Somebody can wear them," turned the unworn pants into a family relic. These psychedelic pants, humorously used as gag gifts, have yet to fit any female despite numerous attempts. Despite their playful history and oversized fit, the pants remain in pristine condition with their original tag intact.
I can see them very easily in a museum exhibition.
Really?
Absolutely.
As a testament to the period's specific design and rarity, the pants are now valued between...
They are incredibly rare. I believe that if you were going to have to replace them, you'd spend $400 to $500 to replace them.
An exquisite 18th century orbit clock with intricate annular rings showcases exceptional craftsmanship and historical value. Originating from the late 1700s, this clock features a pendulum mechanism rather than a balance wheel.
Very few of the later period ones, which were made in the 1800s, actually have holes drilled in the front for the winding.
This design choice signifies its advanced technology and early era. Coated in ormolu, the clock's case features a gold and mercury amalgam. This demonstrates meticulous attention to detail and the high value of the material used. Acquired at an auction during a London vacation by an art collecting couple, the clock was a fortunate find. This clock's detailed design, including its multi-piece finial, indicated it was originally part of a 3-piece set. Reflecting its rarity and historical importance, the clock alone is valued between...
I feel that the clock alone is worth in the neighborhood of $25,000 to $30,000.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much for bringing it in. It's a lovely piece.
A beautifully crafted tea set, created by the second Artel in 1915 or 1916, showcases distinctive Pan-Slavic design elements.
In Russian silver making and in agriculture and other areas, actually, there are these small collectives put together.
These include bird motifs and triangular patterns that set it apart from European styles. Made from silver and adorned with mother-of-pearl spaces, the tea set is stamped with the second Kokoshnik mark. This mark verifies both its authenticity and its creation date in the early 20th century. Originally a gift from grateful students to Colonel Antony Vasilievich Seletsky, this tea set symbolizes their esteem. During the Bolshevik Revolution, the colonel orchestrated a daring escape for his students and their families. The tea set's rich history and exquisite craftsmanship make it a unique and valuable artifact. At auction, it is estimated to be worth between...
If this was to come to auction, I would estimate it at between $2,000 and $3,000 for the set.
Very good. Very, very good. That's more than I thought.
Well,
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's well worth leaving Russia with.
In 1936, a grandmother crafted a quilt for her grandson to celebrate his Boy Scouts achievements. Adorned with patches earned from ages 12 to 17, the quilt showcases the Scouts' dedication and diverse skills.
He did it all. He was very well-rounded.
He was.
Yeah.
He could tie great knots.
It represents his achievements during those formative years in Evanston, Illinois. As well as representing his accomplishments in scouting, the quilt signifies his lifelong commitment to the organization. After earning the patches displayed on the quilt, he continued his involvement professionally over 2 decades. He served in various capacities, including scout executive and camp leader. His devotion to scouting shaped his family life, with his laughter growing up at the camps where his family worked. On the retail market, the quilt is more than a mere textile artifact. Valued at approximately...
I would say the quilt itself is worth about $3,000.
Really?
On the retail market.
Oh, wow.
Exhibited on the show today is a collection of pottery vases. The guest who brought them enjoys collecting pieces like these and has been doing so for many years. Including in this collection are vases made using the fat lava technique. We see the thick, textured glazes on these ceramics, often resembling molten lava, hence the name fat lava. The fat lava style emerged during a period when West German potteries were experimenting with new and innovative glazing techniques. Interestingly, this collection of vases was made by 104 different companies. These pottery pieces remain in pristine condition. Vases like these are highly sought after by collectors, and this entire collection would be valued at...
You're going to have to spend over £10,000.
Right, okay.
Not often do we set eyes on a beautiful piece of furniture that evokes a sense of nostalgia. The guest acquired this chair at an auction store.
How much did you pay for it?
Around $100.
Okay.
It is a tufted chair. With the designs made on it, we can confirm it was made in the 1870s by John Jelliff, an American furniture designer and manufacturer, famous for his works by his company, John Jelliff & Co. On the chair are intricate carvings and designs which show the unsophisticated works of Jelliff, as he only made custom furniture.
Cabinet maker means that they're making custom order, sophisticated furniture.
The backrest and seat are tufted, with deep buttoning that enhances the luxurious appearance of the piece. Looking closely at the turned legs of the chair, we can see that it's made from the walnut tree, characteristic of the Renaissance period.
The way that this is incised and decorated.
Despite its age, the chair is in excellent condition. Giving the chair's maker, historical context, and the detailed craftsmanship, this nostalgic piece of furniture at auction should fetch...
In this case, we're probably talking about $300 to $500. So it's not a
Really?
It's not an amazing amount of money.
Okay.
But an era.
It does.
And an important maker of that.
And it will be treasured.
Today's highlight is a magnificent glass shade lamp. It has been a familiar presence in the guest's parents' family room, hanging above the table for years.
And my mother passed away, and then eventually my father. So then it became mine. It's a Handel signed lamp.
With 1,100 individual glass pieces, this handle creation is a true marvel.
Well, it's hard to count, but I'll tell you why I know there are 1,100 pieces in the lamp.
Okay.
According to a 1907 article, the lamp boasts 1,100 pieces of leaded glass, with the shade's upper portion and background resembling dense foliage.
And breaks into flowers and fruits, which are not only fashioned, but are also colored in a manner closely imitative of the types they represent.
Probably crafted in 1906 to 1907, this lamp is a true beauty. Handel, based in Meriden, Connecticut, opened a New York factory in 1905 to produce this specific type of lamp. At the time, this type of lamp was referred to as opalescent glass.
And there was more opalescent glass in and around New York City and Brooklyn, but also the people who knew how to assemble these lamps.
Although lacking its original cap and chain, this hanging lamp would be valued at...
It's a very fine example of a leaded glass shade by Handel. It's one of the nicer ones, and it's one of the larger ones also. It would retail at least for between $12,000 and $17,000.
Oh my.
And since this has always been in your family as a hanging shade, it should stay like that.
That's what we'll keep it as.
In Decatur, the Commodores, a Giants farm team, wore the Giants' used uniforms. The Decatur Commodores were a farm league team for the San Francisco Giants from 1962 to 1974. These uniforms highlight a classic MLB era with traditional styles and team logos. Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry, with 314 wins, used spitballs but wasn't ejected until his 21st season. Willie McCovey, a Hall of Famer, hit 521 home runs, including a record 231 at Candlestick Park. This Giants home uniform, number 27, belonged to Juan Marichal, part of the 1960s pitching duo with Gaylord Perry. These uniforms are heavy wool, typical before lighter fabrics became standard. A relic of baseball's golden era, the appraiser valued the item.
With the alterations on it, I would place an insurance value of $7,500.
The appraiser valued the Willie McCovey jersey
of $10,000.
Last, the Juan Marichal jersey, the appraiser valued...
This, I would put an insurance value of $20,000. The pants, $2,000. So you have a bona fide treasure chest here. And I would say that you brought us a giant find.
Remarkable paintings by the renowned artist Bob Ross were discussed on the show. The paintings brought by the guests were examined by the appraiser. Bob Ross's influence extended beyond just art, as his work served as therapy for many people. The paintings were purchased locally by one of the guests. These paintings were likely from a period before his widely known television show, The Joy of Painting. The appraiser provided some background on Bob Ross's career.
So it wasn't really until 1984 that most of the country was starting to see The Joy of Painting. And 10 years later, in 1994, they wrapped it up after doing 31 seasons.
Reflecting on his development as an artist. The paintings in question included 2 Northern Lights scenes, some mountain scenes, with one being a commission of a cabin. All paintings were identified as Alaskan oil paintings based on stamps on their stretchers. The valuation was tricky because these paintings were not featured on Ross's TV show. In the current market, Bob Ross paintings from this era would typically sell for...
In the current marketplace, Bob Ross paintings like this would sell in the $15,000 to $25,000 range.
The guest brought a statue that belonged to his father.
My father worked in advertising his entire career.
Who worked as a media buyer in advertising. The guest's father received the statue as part of a sponsorship deal. The item was identified as a plaster statue of the Grinch from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This statue was part of a promotional campaign for the first broadcast of the Grinch special in 1966. The statue was beautifully crafted and marked with the 1966 MGM copyright. The appraiser highlighted its appeal to various collectors, including those interested in animation, Chuck Jones, Dr. Seuss, and baby boomers.
MGM's animated special of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, CBS TV, and the date 1966 when it first aired.
Unlike typical maquettes used in animation, this statue was a unique promotional piece, adding to its special status. The highly sought-after item's value was decided to be...
It's definitely going to hold a lot of interest at auction. At auction, I would probably estimate it between $5,000 and $7,000.
Some treasures hide in plain sight, waiting to reveal their true value. This Celadon charger, originally mistaken for a mere bowl, carries a remarkable history. It was a gift given to the guest by her uncle, who returned from Japan after World War II. The Japanese, renowned collectors of Celadon ware, preserved this exquisite piece with meticulous care.
The Japanese were such fine connoisseurs of the absolute most beautiful, the most sublime Chinese, Japanese, and other antiques.
There's also a label that helps confirm it as a large porcelain dish from the Yongzheng period.
Da Qing Yongzheng Nianzhi.
Okay, and it's Chinese.
With its impeccable glaze and intricate dragon motif, this charger dates back to 1722 to 1735.
It's a very short period, but it's a period in Chinese history when some of the finest ceramics were made, arguably of all time.
Additionally, there's its unparalleled craftsmanship and historical significance, which helps in elevating its status. What was once casually used as a home decoration could now fetch between
$80,000 to $120,000.
That overwhelms
me. You may wish to rethink that under the fact.
Some portraits do more than just capture a face. They capture a soul. This 18th century oil painting of Aaron Delano, a young sea captain, has been passed down through generations. As the youngest sea captain in New England, Aaron Delano's life was tragically cut short at sea. This portrait, rich in detail, showcases not just Aaron's handsome face, but also the tools of his trade.
I love his face and the way that's painted.
These tools include a map and an octant, making it a rare, extraordinary piece of americana.
Which means that it would do 1/8 of a circle, but they were used for navigational purposes.
Despite its age and condition, with some paint loss and film on the glass, the portrait remains valuable. The reason for the painting's high value, irregardless of its condition, is because it depicts a significant historical figure. At auction, a testament to its enduring appeal, this haunting piece of history could be valued between...
As is condition, its value would be $8,000 to $10,000.
Hey, that's good. It's exciting.
Figures of supernatural beings, also known as yokai, embody Japan's rich cultural heritage. The guest inherited these items along with her home from her cousin.
As a child, a little child, I always was curious and would ask my cousin, "What are those?" And he said, "Oh, they're ashtrays."
These yokai are folk figures, sculpted out of wood, and they served no practical purpose.
perhaps made as a form of entertainment to the viewer. They have great character.
Displayed today, the figure with long legs is called Ashinaga.
Because ashi means legs and naga means long.
The other figure with very long arms is called Tenaga. According to history, these supernatural beings worked together to fish.
Would walk into the sea with Tenaga on his shoulders. And so they could go way into the sea, and then Tenaga would grab the fish and put them in Ashinaga's basket.
They are made of coloured gesso over wood, featuring inlaid glass eyes and ferocious expressions. Dating back to 1980, these wooden figures have been restored in various places on their bodies.
This could be abalone shells, not ashtrays.
At auction today, these Japanese figures made of gesso over wood, with their ferocious expressions, would sell for...
At auction, for the pair, about $2,500 to $4,000.
Wow.
We have here a lamp evoking astounding antique beauty and presence. The guest's mother acquired the item from a neighbour in 1967.
It was just too large, and my mother asked her, well, what would you like for it?
The item is called a rose helmet lamp, made in 1905 by the Tiffany Studios, owned by Louis Comfort Tiffany. Tiffany was an American artist and designer who worked in the decorative arts and is best known for his work in stained glass.
Son of the founder of Tiffany & Company.
On top of the lamp is its helmet, which features beautiful coral designs intricately made on it. Our gaze shifts to the base of the lamp, which is sculpted with elegant organic forms, is a testament to the Art Nouveau movement that Tiffany helped define.
Over the years, the bases and the shades can get separated.
As the light filters through the glass, the colours shift subtly, revealing the exceptional quality of the materials and the craftsmanship involved. Overall, this lamp is in excellent condition, especially considering its age. Given the rarity and enduring appeal of Tiffany's works, this artistic lamp at auction should sell for...
This lamp is worth between $80,000 and $125,000. Mom had a good eye.
Maurice Martineau, a pioneer in art glass, transformed the craft in the early 20th century with his innovative techniques.
Fine examples of his work can be seen at the Carnegie Museum of Art.
Born in Troyes, France in the early 1800s, Martineau initially trained as a painter before shifting to glassmaking in 1911. A notable piece is a four-sided vase with smooth interiors and signature brown and black flecks. Its deeply acid-etched exterior is enhanced by Art Deco-inspired sculptural drapery. Involving multiple acid treatments, the intricate process could take up to a year, reflecting Martineau's perfectionism. A large, stoppered glass bottle features unusual colours and heavy weight from laid glass with red and green metallic oxides.
The same technique is employed in the little stopper too.
An exceptionally rare jar with a lid features gold bubbles trapped between glass layers, making it highly sought after by collectors. The estimated collective value of the three Maurice Martineau pieces ranges from...
A piece like this in a retail venue could be worth between $40,000 and $60,000.
Well, I am so glad to take a look at some of the pieces of this collection, and thank you for sharing them with us and giving us a little bit of background.
My pleasure, Mark. Thank you.
An exquisite piece of Chinese artistry, this object is crafted from white nephrite jade, renowned for its pure, unblemished tone. Prized for its rare, pure white colour, free from typical brown, green or other inclusions, this jade is highly valued. Crafted from white nephrite jade and mounted in silver, this piece showcases exquisite Buddhist iconography. The detailed depiction of Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy, stands as the focal point. Guan Yin delicately holds a lotus blossom in one hand, while a fly whisk rests gracefully in the other. Supported by a silver base sculpted to resemble a blooming lotus blossom, the entire figure stands prominently. Dating to the late 19th century, this piece was part of the guest's mother's collection of Asian artifacts.
Well, she had beautiful taste. She picked something that is really quite pretty. It's Chinese.
Reflecting its fine craftsmanship and historical significance, today at auction it is valued between...
And at auction today, I think it would easily bring between $3,000 and $5,000. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Jason Reynolds, best-selling author and national ambassador for young people's literature, owns a remarkable collection of literary artifacts. The collection includes a Langston Hughes letter, Man-Child in the Promised Land, and a sign Beloved. Penned in response to a fan's concerns about an adaptation of his work, this Langston Hughes letter is a significant find. Claude Brown's Man-Child in the Promised Land advance copy, bought for $200, is a rare gem in black literature. This version predates the final publication, adding to its uniqueness and value. A first edition signed copy of Toni Morrison's Beloved, obtained for $1,000 at a silent auction, holds great significance.
Wonderful signature. The other thing we need to look at is the copyright page.
Morrison's recent passing has amplified the book's importance, making it a cherished artifact. Jason Reynolds' literary collection has an estimated value of around.
I think if I was estimating for auction, I would say $2,000 to $3,000. Do you remember what you paid for the Langston Hughes letter?
I'm pretty sure I paid around $800 for it.
Good, that's good.
That's so cool.
Share it with other people.
I'm telling everyone. I'm telling everybody.
The distinctive Leroy Neiman artwork contrasts a young American woman with a Moroccan woman. Titled East Meets West, this piece from the January 1970 Playboy magazine illustrates Neiman's travels to Morocco. Better known for his sports scenes and celebrity portraits, the vibrant illustration is a unique addition to Neiman's portfolio.
Originally from St. Paul, Minnesota, and actually studied here in Chicago at the Art Institute.
Around 35 years ago, Hugh Hefner donated artwork and a Playboy magazine. It was later acquired by the guest at the cherry auction for around $300. Despite some minor wear, including a slight bulge and a slip in the matting, the artwork remains in good condition. Though shifted below the mat, the original signature remains visible, along with pencil marks likely related to its publication preparation. Today, this exquisite painting could be worth around...
I think that a gallery would probably ask in the range of $10,000.
Really? I paid...
Yeah, so you did very well.
Oh, yeah.
Purchased in Northern California near the Eureka area, a small, intricately woven basket reveals a rich history.
It's our distinctive mark.
Likely used for trinkets or jewelry, this delicate treasure was crafted by renowned basket maker Elizabeth Hickox. Hickox, a Karuk Indian from the lower Klamath River region, lived a long and productive life until her passing in 1947. While it's possible her daughter Louise may have made the basket, its fine weaving and distinctive geometric zigzags suggest otherwise. With characteristic porcupine quill work, it points to Elizabeth herself as the curator. A hallmark of Hickox's work, the basket also features a signature knob on the top. Although originally acquired without much knowledge of its true value, this basket today holds significant worth. On a retail basis, this treasure basket could sell for about...
This basket on a retail basis would sell for about $5,500.
It's amazing.
A print was unexpectedly discovered in the home after the guest's parents had moved out.
My aunt gave me this one here, and she told me, you take good care of it because I know it is valuable.
Of notable interest is a lithograph by Grant Wood, who was a prominent regionalist artist in America during that era. Grant Wood's esteemed reputation as a leading American regionalist artist greatly contributes to the value of his lithograph. For collectors of regionalistic art, the inclusion of horses in the artwork adds significant appeal. Samuel Margolis, famed for his 1930s and 1940s New York City scenes, was identified as the artist behind this etching. Margolis' signature distinguishes this artwork, which illustrates a tranquil New England winter landscape. Published by Associated American Artists in New York, both prints are limited to an edition of 250. Together, the two prints are valued at an estimated range of...
It would likely bring between $6,000 and $9,000 at auction.
Oh my golly.
An exquisite collection of Navajo jewelry, including 2 squash blossom necklaces and several bracelets, boasts remarkable craftsmanship. Dating from around 1890 to 1900, these necklaces feature intricate designs and are known for their handmade details, adorned with turquoise stones and distinctive Naha symbols. The necklaces reflect a rich cultural history. These Naha designs traveled from North Africa through Spain and Mexico City, to Navajo land via the Santa Fe Trail. Once owned by a UC professor and Native American council member, the jewelry passed through several inheritances. Each piece exemplifies early Navajo silverwork, with the jewelry made using a cold chisel, file, and hand-poured silver ingots. In shades of blue and green, the turquoise stones add to the beauty of the pieces.
They have rather simple designs, and that's a characteristic of early Navajo silver.
Altogether, this remarkable set of jewelry is worth between.
This squash blossom necklace closest to me, I think would have a retail value of about $8,000.
Oh. Well, I am amazed. I had no idea it would be that much.
Presented to us is a collection of military artifacts from the American Civil War. First, we have this flag seized by Jimmy Hartshorn, the guest's ancestor, during a Civil War naval battle near Galveston.
Jimmy was an ensign, and he served off the gunboat, the Katahdin, and did most of his service.
Among the many letters the guest's ancestor wrote during the Galveston blockade, this one mentions the flag.
He did die 3 months after he captured this flag.
Really?
Very quickly from, they think, malaria.
So this would have been one of the last pieces that he sent home before he died?
Absolutely, yes.
Dated 1863, the letter recounts his experience of seizing the flag.
They were going inland.
Yeah.
As the boarding party came aboard, they burned the boat, but before he did, he took what he could.
Yes.
This flag boasts beautiful hand-sewn craftsmanship.
The holes, the wear.
The wear.
It's beautiful.
The flag's red background indicates it came from a British merchant ship, where such flags were made in 3 variations. It is ideally sized, being large enough to make an impact, yet small enough to be framed. The collection includes this daguerreotype that is a lovely portrait of the guest's ancestral relative.
And what's special about it, we have the photographer studio stamp of Matthew Brady in New York. Matthew Brady was the most famous of all photographers.
I missed that.
The guest attaches great sentimental value to the collection, which is valued at...
If this were my family's flag, letter, and image, I would insure it for $7,000.
Oh my goodness. We'll do it. Thank you so much. Cool. Very exciting.
Today's show features a lovely bottle with intriguing contents. This item has a remarkable history, having been collected by the guest's father at a prisoner of war camp during World War II.
It's a German POW camp that was located.
These items were created by prisoners of war to generate income for personal necessities. Unlike traditional ship in a bottle scenes, this one features a train in the background.
Going across a trestle bridge, and the train says POW on it.
In addition to the train, a tiny village is visible inside the bottle. Furthermore, a delightful schooner is shown travelling up the river. The meaning of the word Varga inscribed on it remains a mystery. It's remarkably well preserved, with an estimated value of...
It's my belief that this bottle very well could bring somewhere between $300 and $500.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. I'm quite happy with that.
Our guest purchased a colourful Olympic-themed poster with a Santa Fe logo at a consignment auction on New Year's Day for $250. Intrigued by the design and the colour, the guest had it framed and matted, spending an additional $150 to restore some damage.
A tear up here, about 4 or 5 inch tear, had some chipping on the edges.
The appraiser explained that, although Olympic memorabilia can be valuable, this particular poster is not an official Olympic poster due to the absence of the iconic 5 Olympic rings. Our guest had assumed that the Santa Fe Railroad was a sponsor of the Olympic Games, but the appraiser clarified that the poster was used by the railroad for cross-promotion.
Which does not appear on the poster.
Okay.
So the poster isn't official.
The poster was designed by Hernando Villa, a renowned artist known for his work with the Santa Fe Railroad, and it was originally intended to highlight the Native American cultural experiences along the train route. Despite not being an official Olympic item, the poster is rare, with only one other known example having been auctioned. Considering its condition, the appraiser estimated the current value of the poster to be at...
I think to be safe at auction, I would estimate this piece between $6,000 and $9,000.
Cool. Great. Well, I liked it before, now I love it, so that's great.
This guest's love for the Old West, outlaw versus lawman, made him start collecting law enforcement-related antiques. This is a collection of John Wesley Hardin, one of the most notorious Texas outlaws. He started his career around 14 or 15 years old, killed his first person, and continued post-Civil War with Reconstruction. Also, he got involved with a lot of law enforcement scuffles and still got the governor to pardon him after he was released. Furthermore, John was 45 years when he put his collection together because he was very good with guns, especially the Colt Thunder double-action revolver. The autobiography would fetch $500 to $700. The death card would be worth around $700 to $900, but the business card, though many have been sold recently, would be worth $2,000 to $3,000. Also, the signed brand sheet would be valued at $4,000 to $6,000, and the star piece of the collection would be worth around
$6,000
Okay.
at auction. But yeah, this is your star piece. Right. It's probably $15,000 to $20,000.
Wow. Okay, a lot more than I thought. I'm very, very happy. That's I just love this stuff.
Here is a Korean flag that was acquired in the 5th Marine Regiment in the Korean War and captured when the city was liberated in Seoul. Many military collectibles from World War I and World War II have been seen on the market, but collectibles from the Korean War are rare. This is a North Korean flag and it looks handmade due to the spots on various parts of it. If this flag was captured in Seoul, it has to be when they were trying to retake the ground from the North Koreans by pushing everyone to the Pusan perimeter. Then the Americans fought their way back to Seoul and finally to the 38th parallel. There's a note on the side of this flag saying, North Korean flag liberated at the flagpole at Seoul, Korea, by the 5th Marine Regiment, 1950. With the provenance around this flag, a reasonable retail value would be around...
I would put a retail value on this here in 2013 of around $2,000 to $2,500.
Wow. That's great.
This lovely teapot was part of a porcelain collection that belonged to the guest's great-great-great-aunt, and she received it as a birthday present. The only identification on this item is at the bottom, which says Earliest Dresden, believed to be inscribed by the original owner. Dresden is a city in eastern Germany known for making porcelain, but even more famous was a town called Meissen for making porcelain. An extraordinary individual called Johann Böttger pioneered porcelain making in Europe, and most of them were made in Meissen in the 18th century. This teapot looks very small because it was made in the Chinese style known as Rococo around the 1740s. However, the painting was probably done by one of the most talented painters at Meissen at the time, Johann Herold, but more research is required to confirm that. At the base is a faint little cross-swords mark familiar with Meissen porcelain. The teapot is in good condition and from an early period, hence it would be valued today at...
Beautiful condition and early period. I would have to value it today at least $12,000.
Really?
Yes, really.
Our guest purchased this intriguing vase from a Chicago estate, but knew little about its origins. Initially thought to be European, the vase's weight and craftsmanship suggested it's American, specifically from Chicago. The appraiser noted the finish on the bottom is typical of architectural faience ware, a popular ceramic style used in Chicago buildings around the turn of the century. Architectural faience was commonly used for decorative elements in buildings, like around doors and windows.
And use ceramic as a base. And the more I looked at this piece, I'm seeing this looks like the way the ceramic would be treated if it was for architectural faience. Really makes me feel that this piece of Chicago information is right on the money.
This piece's design, featuring exaggerated flowers, leaves, and stems, is consistent with the bulky, decorative style of architectural faience. The appraiser identified it as likely being from the Northwest Terracotta Company, a key ceramic producer in Chicago from about 1900 to 1905.
This kind of bulky shape, I think you got a piece of Northwest Terracotta dating to about 1900 to 1905.
Awesome.
Our guest originally bought the vase for $200, but its estimated auction value ranges at...
I think at auction, it's between $4,000 and $6,000. I really
Wow.
do. And if we can prove it's Northwest Terracotta, it goes up from there.
Wow.
It's sexy. Look at this thing. I mean, it's
That's
big,
awesome.
it's brassy, it's fully, the condition's great.
It's a lot better looking now.
Our Our guest's father-in-law, a mid-century modern photographer, acquired these jewelry pieces in trade from artist Clara Falkenstein. Falkenstein, known for her innovative sculptures and gates, wasn't primarily recognized for jewelry. Born in Coos Bay, Oregon, she studied and taught in Paris and California.
And she's in the school of modernist in the 50s, 60s area. Modernist art, what it is, it's a pared down essence.
The jewelry features simple brass wire and a small glass bead, representing Falkenstein's minimalist and abstract style. One piece resembles a gentleman figure with a Dali-esque influence, while the other is a scarf pin designed with a pin clasp.
We have a scarf pin, and she's incorporated a little glass bead, but again, it's not a precious metal. At best, it might be sterling.
Despite lacking gemstones or precious metals, Falkenstein's reputation as a respected artist adds value to these pieces. An appraiser familiar with Falkenstein's work estimated the auction value at
between $3,000 and $5,000 for the two pieces.
Oh my goodness.
Our guest, having owned these pieces since the mid-90s, was surprised by the significant value and artistic importance. These Nantucket lightship baskets, passed down to the guest's family, reflect their deep-rooted connection to the island. Our guest's great-grandfather was a prominent figure in the Nantucket community with significant whaling interest. The baskets were crafted by sailors stationed on lightships to prevent other vessels from crashing into the Nantucket shoals. Early baskets featured materials like oak, ash, and hickory, with later baskets incorporating poplar.
On some of the late 19th, early 20th century baskets, there are these brass staves here, and it's really tight. Your family has kept them in good condition.
Jose Reyes, a maker from the Philippines, introduced rattan to the basket-making tradition in the mid-20th century. Reyes is known for creating the iconic friendship basket, a symbol of Nantucket, with intricate designs using ivory and ebony.
70s, and these originally sold for $15.
The value of these baskets varies based on condition and craftsmanship, ranging from $150 for simpler designs to potentially $10,000 or more for rare pieces. One exceptional basket, admired by the appraiser, could fetch at a value of
easily, it might even bring 10, 11, 12, 13,000 for that one basket.
A lot of money for a basket.
A lot of money for a basket.
Our guest's lamp, a cherished piece from her grandparents' living room, was originally an oil lamp and has been electrified. The lamp's vase is French, likely from the 1870s or 1880s, and is known for its Limoges style.
Or 1880s, oh my gosh. Also referred to as barbotine.
The aesthetic movement design and the metal mount, which may be American, add to its historical charm. The style became popular in the US, and the lamp combines European craftsmanship with American adaptation. The lamp's impressive weight and intricate design make it a stand-out piece. The appraiser praises the lamp's beauty and the quality of its craftsmanship. Overall, the lamp is valued highly, reflecting its historical and artistic significance. Its value is estimated at auction to be at a jaw-dropping price of...
At auction, probably in the $500 to $700 range.
Okay, that's fabulous.